Yo, what is good, YouTuber? Welcome back to another JC2K video. In today's video, we're going to be talking about content predictions for the first drop of Season 6 here in NBA 2K25 MyTEAM. So the season came out and it was not a playoffs-themed season as I anticipated that it would be, so it shifts the perspective on what the drops are probably going to look like, at least a bit to me, and I don't think there's really going to be any specific theme to this first drop of the new season. I think it's going to be like a lot of the Season 5 drops, where it's just some named baseline drop with a bunch of cards that don't really have a lot of correlation to each other, which leaves a obviously very open-ended set of cards that it could be. We're gonna be talking about guys who haven't gotten cards in a while who definitely are due for cards. I don't know if we're gonna get 100 overall or 2. I think it is possible that with the new season we start to get more 100 overalls per week. I hope we stick to 1 personally, but I wouldn't be shocked if they change it to more, potentially even 3. I hope at a maximum it's 2. My ideal drop would be just 1. I honestly don't mind at all the system of drops in Season 5. I think Friday drops were done really well with 100 overall, 3 dark matters, generally 2 of which were at least really good, if not all 3, and then 4 opals, 5 pink diamonds, 6 diamonds, and 6 amethysts. Honestly thought that per system was really nice all throughout Season 5's Friday drops. These 25 card drops were always very solid, plus some sort of an exchange card. So if they continue along those lines, that's kind of what I'm going to go with for this video specifically, and we'll see what the format of the drop looks like when leaks come out later on today, and decide from there for next week's prediction video how we're going to tweak the format. But we're going to start with the amethysts. Amethysts are hard to predict, but they have been basically just young talented guys around the league, guys who have some sort of potential or some sort of excitement attached to them. Mostly not elite level cards, but a lot of good salary cap cards, a lot of fun names and fun cards and stuff like that. So really name a young guy around the league, and if they haven't gotten a card yet, a good chance they could get an amethyst. This is mostly role players and stuff, or guys who might be on bad teams or whatever the case may be. But like, for example, AJ Johnson from the Wizards. He's been playing a lot recently. He's a fun athlete. He's a guy who might have some potential in the future to develop into a decent player. We don't really know yet if he's going to be a good player or not, but a guy like that would make sense to me. He's been playing a lot recently. He's on a bad team, but he's young. He's kind of exciting. That's the type of name that would make sense to me for an amethyst. Guys like that, guys like all these names we see on screen, just young, talented guys with some sort of potential and some sort of excitement around them. The diamonds, I'm interested to see if we continue to get hidden gem diamonds, because there's only 15 hidden gem diamonds left. My thought process here is that we're not going to see hidden gem diamonds in this drop. The reason that I say that, we only have 15 diamond hidden gems left. It would make sense for these to be included in Tuesday drops this season. 3 per week for 5 weeks, and then we're done with diamond hidden gems. Would make sense to me, at least. We'll see. I hope that's the case, because it'd be nice to get some new non-hidden gem diamonds and potentially actually get some really solid diamond cards. Now, at this point in the game, regardless of whether or not they're hidden gems or not, they're probably not going to be impactful enough, good enough cards to really do much besides maybe make somebody's salary cap lineup. So I don't really know if it matters that much anyway, but if we do get hidden gems, honestly, there's not a single card in here left that is at all really intriguing to me at this point. So I really don't care if we do get hidden gems. And if we don't, well, then we'll see what we get. I really have no idea. Could be very similar to the pink diamond tier from these last seasons, where it's just a bunch of mix of historic and current players, and it could be anybody. Like, I don't really have predictions for this because of how wide of a realm of player base and of players that this could potentially be. So again, I really don't know. Pink diamond tier, they gave me the pink diamond that I was wanting the most. I was wanting technically as an opal was Dyson Daniels. I mentioned him a few times over the past couple weeks. He's a card that I've been waiting on, and I'm glad to see him come out in this last week. But that does kind of mean that I feel like we've seen the really good budget point guard for the next couple weeks anyway. We got Caruso a couple weeks ago in the, was he radioactive or Apex? I can't even remember. He was Apex. So we got him in the Apex set, and then we got Dyson Daniels in the torpedo set. So it feels like we're probably not going to get another elite level budget point guard this week. So would expect to see some probably relatively mediocre pink diamonds. It seems like it goes on a week to week basis. Sometimes there's really good pink diamonds, and sometimes there's pretty mediocre pink diamond drops. Like it'll be good if there's one good pink diamond is basically what I'll say. Again, it's a mix of current and historic players. I'd like to see a pink diamond Max Christie. but I guess he got an Amethyst recently, so he probably won't get a new card. I really don't know. It's hard to predict for these lower tiers because of how many different names that could get cards that haven't. But I would like to see them shift towards the current players as much as possible here, especially as we get close to the NBA playoffs and things of that nature. Like I know it's not a playoff themed drop or a playoff themed season anymore, but I would like to see some sort of focus on that. I think that would be neat. Like some of the names who got Amethyst this past season, getting some pink diamond cards would be cool. For example, like names that immediately pop into my mind are Max Christie and Deuce McBride and guys like that, but they got Amethyst last season. So I really don't know what's going to happen from there. Malik Beasley needs a card. I'll tell you that right now. Pink diamond or opal. He's had a great year. He needs a card. I don't know why he hasn't gotten one. Peyton Pritchard could use a card as well. Guys who have been playing really, really well in real life, a little bit underappreciated, I think, definitely could use a card. I think Malik Beasley and Peyton Pritchard should get cards. But moving on to the Galaxy Opal tier, that's where the cards really probably start to matter for the most part. Occasionally, there's a really good pink diamond like Khalil Ware, Dyson Daniels, but for the most part, it's opal and up in terms of guys who are really going to impact people's squads. And I'm going to continue to mention this guy until he gets a card. A Galaxy Opal Artist Gilmore would be a stud. Last year, he got a Galaxy Opal card that was the best budget center in the game, and I think this year, if we got like an 80 speed Artist Gilmore with like an 83 ball, he would again be the best budget center in the game, in all honesty, because he's 7'2" and he's got a massive player build. If they gave us an opal artist very similar to the opal artist that we got last year, he would be the best budget big in the game for the second year in a row, and would be a very, very fun, very, very good card to help compete against some of these top tier bigs. Last year's artist was he only had a 66 3 ball. Wow, he had 86 speed and excel, 95 standing and driving. Defensively was absolutely awesome, and only had a 66 3 ball, but his jumper was super smooth, so it made his 3 ball pretty hittable. He'd be like a better Tyson Chandler, a bigger Tyson Chandler, but similar in terms of really big, can guard on the inside, great finisher, but also a really solid knockdown shooter despite a low 3 ball rating. I would love to see an Artist Gilmore card. So that's the first opal to me. That's like I hope we get him as an opal suit, or even as a dark matter, but especially as an opal, because then he's going to be affordable and he can be one of those incredible budget big type cards. Outside of that, at the Galaxy Opal tier, I'm starting to wonder on terms of who guys are that we could get that we haven't seen in a while. Like a Willis Reed, for example. We haven't seen him in a while. He'd be a really, really solid card. Jack Merritt. It's two guys from season 1 that were really, really good season 1 cards. If we got one of those guys and we got them upgraded to like a season 6 level, I mean, I guess artists came out in that set too, but these are the names that are starting to come out to me. Like, we haven't seen their cards in so long, and they were such good cards for their time, especially Marin and Willis. So those are guys who I think personally I would love to see get new cards. Another guy who hasn't gotten a card in a long time is Andrew Wiggins. We just saw Kenyon Martin this past week. We've gotten a new Sean Kemp card. We've gotten a new Jalen Green. Andrew Wiggins, either as an opal or a dark matter, would make a lot of sense to me. I definitely think he could be another name that we see. Haven't gotten a card in a long time, and he's 6'8" shooting guard, really athletic, versatile, super solid card. It would be an interesting option as well. And those are kind of the names that jump out to me, at least at that Galaxy Opal tier, as guys that we have not gotten yet. Moving on to the dark matter tier, I'm going to predict 3 dark matters, and obviously a couple of the names that I've just mentioned could be dark matter cards, but I'll start with the guy who's probably the least exciting of the dark matters, but could actually be a really, really good dark matter big, and that is Patrick Ewing. Another guy who hasn't gotten a card except for the Winter Festival card that he got this year, which was a 98 overall. Not a great card. His jumper's always pretty ugly, but if he were to get a new card with a changed jump shot, which is very possible. We just saw Dark Matter Josh Smith get his jump shot changed last week. A Patrick Ewing would be a very, very underrated, probably pretty slept on power forward option. Could actually be really good. Be on that Embiid, Hakeem, Chet, D-Rob level at that power forward position, and be in that group of really good high level dark matter bigs. And he might be more affordable than you think as well. So if we were to get a changed jump shot Patrick Ewing, that would be really good. That is one of my predictions for that Galaxy Opal tier. Another prediction is going to be, and I'm probably going to continue to predict this guy basically on a week-to-week basis until we get him, is a dark matter Paul George. PG could also always be a 100 overall card, but I am going to say for a dark matter for this week, I think he would be a stud as well. Obviously 6'8" at the shooting guard position or small forward, but he's an elite level defender. He's always got incredible stats and badges, even on his lower tier cards. But animations is where the Paul George could really thrive. Get the jumper on very quick, which it obviously would be. Give him a better fade, maybe. Definitely give him better SIGs in the half court as well. Would be really nice. If we were to get an upgraded Paul George with like a better behind the back a better drag back, better fade, even 2 of those 3, you'd really be looking at an elite level card. I think PG's already still very good, even at his Galaxy Opal tier, because of how good he is defensively and how big he is. But I think he definitely could have even more value if we got a new Paul George with a little bit better animations. And that is pretty much my thoughts for the Galaxy, for the Dark Matter tier. My last Dark Matter prediction isn't a guy who I think is like insanely exciting in my team terms, but he is a big name and in real life, and always a fun name, even if he's not that great, and that is Ja Morant. Hasn't gotten a card either, I believe, since like season 2. When did Ja get that pink diamond? It might have been season 1. Yeah, Barbecue Buckets pink diamond. I don't think he's gotten a card since this card. Like, we are very due for a Ja Morant card. I guess that's 2 bad or mediocre Dark Matters that I'd be predicting in this drop. Not like the best Dark Matter drop, but I feel like Ja is extremely due for a card. He's not in the season 6 rewards, so I feel like him getting a card in packs would make a lot of sense instead. So with that being said, those are the Dark Matters. The final card that I'm going to predict is the 100 overall, and my prediction is going to be 100 overall Tracy McGrady. He is the featured player this season. Does not seem as though he is in the rewards for the season at all, so it seems to me like it's almost a no-brainer that he is going to be a featured 100 overall card in packs at some point this season, and I wouldn't be surprised at all if it is the first weekend of the new season, and I also wouldn't be surprised if he was point guard eligible. So I'll just throw that out there as well. We'll see if he's point guard eligible or not. I personally hope not, but I wouldn't be totally stunned if he was. And either way, 100 overall Tracy McGrady is going to be my prediction for the 100 overall this weekend here in NBA 2K25 MyTEAM. So with that being said, that is going to do it for this video. I hope y'all did enjoy. If you did, make sure you hit that like button, leave a comment, and subscribe. I'll be back on more 2K content very, very soon, and I appreciate y'all. Peace.